Is there anything that gets the juices flowing like a rivalry game? And our matchup is bitter. It has barbs and shots thrown on and off the field over the years. Glad to have you with us from Colorado Springs, Colorado, and home to the Air Force Falcons. And the Falcons will boot it away to start the game. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Blowouts in rivalry games can be the result of a number of factors. Sometimes teams start pressing, sometimes it just gets away, sometimes they didn't have the right mindset. The last time they got together, lopsided. What happens this time, David?
But either way, last time affects this time because all you've heard about is we weren't even competitive. This is a rivalry game, a big-time game. We didn't show up. We dishonored our previous teams and squads, and we've got to do better. That's all they've heard coming into this game, Paul.
Yeah, David, I think that was the story the last time these teams played. One team handled the emotion of the game better than the other team. You've got to be able to play within yourself and play one snap at a time. That last game got away from the losing team. I don't expect that to happen today.
Quick toss. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
What a great job tackling that time by the cornerback. Out on an island by himself. It's just him and the pitch man one-on-one. The offense is trying to go option. They get it out to their playmaker in space. But this guy is good at covering, and he's good at tackling, and he showed it to you right there.
The play-action fake. He lost one down the sideline. Makes the grab on the big throw. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
And that is a backbreaker if you're the defense, because you've done your job up to that point. You've set up the offense in 3rd and very long. You know they're going to throw it. You cannot allow a guy to get open that deep down the field for an explosive play. Somebody's going to have to answer for that when they get to the sidelines.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse.
Oh, he's got some space. Out of bounds at the 33, but not before the big pickup for the ground game.
When you go on the road, man, oh man, do you love hearing the crowd, but more importantly, you love shutting the crowd up. There's no better feeling than coming out, getting that juice going, getting that confidence going, and getting that running game going right at them and gashing them right out the gates.
The give to the fullback. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brings up 2nd down.
Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. How many problems does it cause for an offense when the D can get pressure from its nose tackle?
He's usually a guy that sits in the middle in 2 gaps, and it's really hard to rush the passer, but really nice job using his hands, getting to the quarterback. When a nose tackle gets a sack, everybody gets excited because that guy doesn't get many of those.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Under fire. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
How about this defense coming out the gates? First drive, getting to the quarterback. They wanted to affect the quarterback, make him feel uncomfortable. Already 2 sacks on this first drive.
They bring the punter onto the field now. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. So the Air Force Falcons offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this cornerback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. 2 NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
Well, based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the second quarter as we get ready to get things started. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Carson. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Quarterback in trouble, just dump it right in the gut. Don't make him reach for it, just put it right on the body of the fullback.
Yeah, Reese, you got to be real accurate when you throw to these guys. Not the biggest catch radius, let's just say. Moving forward, though, I think we're going to see this fullback play a big role in this offense.
Quarterback keeps it. Not a lot of movement on that one. The defense in position. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. On the read option, he'll keep it himself to the left. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
The Falcons come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Grab near the marker, it's Harris. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Here's the pressure. Trying to escape and get it in. Turning it on. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing him. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
And the Falcons come to the line with a new set of downs. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. He'll do it himself. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. They'll immediately call timeout. The Falcons started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Running back searching for a hole. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Here's a heat. And the sack all the way back at the 5. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, Falcon! Fit it in the window for the score.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Fights off a defender. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
Just about set to get this 2nd half underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I think a lot of quarterbacks like those defenses that will be passive and let it slowly develop. Nah, this defense, you could tell, they were aggressive and attacking, and it really paid off.
Backing up and backing up on the first 2 plays, now to try to throw it in drive on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Lost one deep down the right side. Makes a grab deep. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the 3rd quarter.
And the Falcons have it with a 1st and 10. Power football with the run. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
In half halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Well, it's been a defensive struggle so far in this game. In the first half, we saw that, and I guess the question is in the second half, can these defenses keep it up? It looks like this one can. Getting a sack there on second down. They're still playing with a tremendous sense of urgency.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll send the back in motion. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Quickly to the tight end. He's into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 47. That play didn't have much of a chance to get the first down. Good job by the defense keeping everything in front.
Great job keeping everything in front, and most importantly, making the tackles. Dropping back deep, knowing it's third and long, but I got to get the guy on the ground and rally to the football. Nice job by the defense.
The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Well, guys, Air Force has the lead here. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Here's the handoff. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Calls his own number. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down.
And first down for the offense.
They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. To the air on first down. Finds us back in the middle. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Most important part of a clutch drive, piece together some first downs, get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Catch in the middle, it's James. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. The offense sets up shop at the 46 on first down. Give to the big fullback. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. He'll pull it on the read. Picks up the first down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. Now on the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And if they're going to run the football late in the game in this situation, not that close to scoring zone, they've got to take a timeout here. You've got to make sure you save as much time as possible and communicate with your quarterback.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, this defense has had the QB's number all game long. One of the reasons why is because this cornerback, when he's on an island, he's winning the 50-50 balls, and he's not letting anything get thrown over his head downfield. Great job in coverage, disguising what he's doing and knocking balls away.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Soft spot in the middle. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. And guys, if they can make their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the fourth, and the stage will be set for a great finish. And he's got a touchdown.
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game. Now, all you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
And they'll try to tack on two. They want to throw it. He's got it. They convert the two, and they take the lead here in the fourth. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Caught over the middle. It's Smith. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. He'll keep it himself. Breaks into the open. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw on first down. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Looking to pass, and they don't have a lot of time to work with. Pulls it in. It's Harris. Tripped up for the tackle.
Got to give this defense tons of credit. How good have they been on the back end in coverage? Just feels like every time this QB has thrown the ball, it's been contested. They haven't given up a lot of yards, and they need to continue to be great in coverage with the lead in this 2-minute situation.
Last chance coming up. Rushes on him. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.